When it comes to mobility, there are a handful of drills that are so much higher up on the tier list than anything else. I cannot and will not shut up about them. These exercises have such a myriad of benefits that I call them peak efficiency exercises. And today I want to put all of them together into one single video so you too can benefit from the most effective mobility exercises to have ever graced the face of this planet. So if you're ready, let's go and have some fun. Now I'm gonna start with the exercise that is the easiest when it comes to accessibility as well as the most benefits for the least amount of effort. And that, my friends, will be the passive or decompressive hang, or classically called the dead hang. Basically just holding on to a bar and relaxing into that position, decompressing every single joint, muscle, ligament and tendon in our entire body. Now this exercise is absurdly effective in not only releasing tension and stress all around your joints, but actively reducing lumbar and thoracic pain as well as shoulder pain, be it from shoulder impingement, frozen shoulder syndrome, or just from having really bad sitting posture. This should help you at the very least work on correcting all of that. And all it takes for you is just holding on to a bar for as long as you can, take a short break and repeat the process again. Now this moves us to our second drill with its complete progression, basically an entire body mobility exercise with the Cossack squat as a base. Now we're gonna start with the first level, bringing your hip joints all the way down to knee height while having both your feet flat so we can focus on adductor stretches. Level number 2, once you are comfortable with getting your hip to knee height, we move down into a lateral deep squat or a complete Cossack squat. We're gonna raise our heel if necessary. If not, keep it down here. Now you have worked on level number 2. Perfect this one. Get really comfortable with that. And we can move on to level number 3, adding a hip flexor and quadricep stretch by moving that knee down actively and pushing forward by flexing our posterior chain and lengthening our anterior chain. And if you have the strength and the control to move your extended leg into complete external rotation in our hip, now we have this nice opening around our entire hip joints. And once again, all the way up, all the way down on the other side, and of course, repeat. Once you have mastered this one, we can move on to level number 4, laterally sitting down all the way. And now we're gonna cross over, right hand grabbing the left foot and moving closer with our upper body all the way to the extended leg before we move up and repeat the entire process on the other side. Get really comfortable with this one because the next level, we're gonna sit down all the way, bringing the knee down, bringing our butt down, we're rolling over our toe, we have insane ankle flexion, we have rotational mobility in our knee, we have rotational mobility in both our hip joints, and now we're gonna move our upper body into complete contact with our leg. Sit up, use your own strength, your own control to sit down on the other side and repeat the entire process once again. And now we can move on to the next 2 levels, which are gonna add even more anterior chain flexibility, but are also gonna require insane amounts of strength. We're gonna sit down in a lateral squat. Once more, the right hand behind the right leg at knee height. And from here, we're gonna start pushing our hips up, lengthening our anterior chain all the way from our toes to our fingertips and strengthening our entire posterior chain. And we're gonna move forward, reverse the entire movement all the way up, all the way down, repeat on the other side, anterior chain stretch, posterior chain strength, and then once you're comfortable with this one, we can move to the final level of this exercise. Once again, right hand behind the right leg, and now we're gonna move down onto our lower arm and push up from here, requiring even more strength, even more flexibility, and even more control in the movement before repeating the entire process on the other side. Now, this drill by itself, if you can master all of these steps, will have you practically completely flexible in your entire body and is an amazing foundation for all kinds of stretches, be it a complete forward fold, be it a pancake stretch or a straddle position, be it a classic front split, because we're working on all of the muscles, ligaments and tendons we would require for these advanced mobility positions. Now this moves us to my second favorite mobility drill, and I have been practicing mobility for over a decade, so trust me, I have gone through a myriad of different drills. This one is absurdly effective at working our entire body flexibility while adding a strong factor of strength as well as control to make us a lot more mobile. We're gonna break it down into levels once more, starting with internal hip rotation, right knee down in front of the left foot, reverse, and repeat. This is level number one. Get very comfortable with internal hip rotations, having your upper body fully upright. Level number two is moving into external rotation. Push your hip forward. Once again, lengthening our hip flexors, our lower abdominals, our quads, and the insertions lower to our knee before we move back, rolling over our toes and into the other direction. Now, all of these drills have insane hip flexor, knee and ankle mobility bonuses, which make them very effective for lower body mobility. And once you are very comfortable with the internal and the external rotation, we need to put them together. Start with internal rotation on one side, roll over your toes into complete ankle extension, and then add external rotation on the other side. 90-90 position, back into the deep squat using your own strength, your own control, and then doing this into the other direction. Get super comfortable with this movement, be super smooth while doing it, and then we can start adding range of motion for the final level. Internal rotation combined with external rotation, and now we're gonna add complete spinal rotation by moving our upper body all the way to the side, both hands down to the ground, and bringing our face all the way down. Now we have nice stretch in our chest and in our delts. We have absurdly nice feeling stretches around our entire spine, our thoracic spine, our lumbar spine. We have much longer stretches in our quads, hip flexors and abdominals, as well as a lot of stretch in our obliques through this rotational movement. You can hold it statically for 10 to 20 seconds, get up, reverse the movement, and move into the other direction. Hold the lowest point for 10 to 20 seconds, reverse and repeat. Or you can work dynamically without taking any breaks, adding a little bit more of endurance aspects to this exercise or this drill as well. And in between, you can just go into this deep squat opener for our hips and hold statically for 10 to 20 seconds as a short break, and then go for another round. And this moves us to my absolutely number one favorite mobility drill. It is a little bit more advanced, but it basically puts together everything we've learned throughout the other drills, combining strength, endurance, flexibility, and coordination to an absurd degree. And our foundational movement will once again be the Cossack squat. We're gonna sit down laterally, bring our hand behind our leg, and this time we're gonna move up explosively, thread that leg through, touch our toes, and move as closely to the ground as possible before reversing the entire movement all the way back. Sit down on the other side and repeat all the way up explosively. Extended leg grab, move down all the way to the ground and reverse in a controlled fashion. And now we have the second level for this exercise. We're gonna start again with a lateral deep squat, hand back here, and instead of threading our leg through, what we're gonna do is bring our knees together into internal rotation in our hip, go as closely to the ground as possible, and grab that dragon squat or pseudo dragon stretch. All the way down here, close to the ground, reverse the entire movement, move to the other side, and repeat, bringing your knees together and grabbing on as closely to the ground as possible. You're gonna notice just a handful of repetitions of this drill are not only gonna add a lot of flexibility and a lot of endurance, but it's pretty exhausting and will help us with building an absurdly effective mind-muscle connection, so you have more control over your limbs, over your flexibility, and over time this is gonna help you with all other fitness endeavors you have. If you want to learn this one step by step, I have broken it down in a complete video, so go check this one out by itself. Now this way you have a handful of mobility drills with their own progression, so you can work on them no matter what level you are at, and mix and match exercises, as well as check out which ones are a lot of fun, which ones you do not agree with at all, and just put together a mobility routine that is perfectly tailored to your own needs and whatever you enjoy the most. But with that said, once again, sadly that's all the time I've left you today. However, if you like the video and subscribe, and please guys check out other videos on this channel. YouTube thinks you're gonna enjoy this one a lot. We have new videos every single day, which means that I will see you guys tomorrow. Captain Cairo, peace out.